Why can't we see help desk with this? Hello and welcome to Help Desk with Joe, and with me as always, Joe.
We're back.
We're here. You do a show for various reasons, I guess, and some of them are the standard, make people's lives better, help protect them from technological gremlins and/or just safety from other people and stuff.
Right.
And then to help save them money. And this one's kind of, I don't know what area to put this one in, so I'll let you introduce it as far as how you will help.
This is kind of a 2 out of 3, kind of saving money, plus make life a little easier, plus a product review kind of all rolled into one.
There you go. So bringing a bigger picture to light to help people out. We'll just leave it at that. To help people out today.
Right.
So today you're going to talk about the Plex Media Server.
Yes.
And first of all, tell us what that is, because the first question I had was, is that like the Back to the Future flux capacitor? What are we talking about?
Not quite, but
It won't get us going anywhere that fast?
no,
Okay.
Unfortunately. The Plex Media Service is a program that you can load on any computer that gives you the ability to take your media library, which includes songs, movies, television shows, pictures, stuff like that,
Right.
and you can distribute it throughout your home.
Right.
Now, before we go any further, I got to make a legal disclaimer here saying that we're going to review the product, and at no means during this episode are we going to discuss how to obtain your media, whether legally, illegally, Yes, there is ability out there to rip DVDs and Blu-rays. Everybody knows that, but we're not going to discuss or support any possible illegal measures to obtain your media.
Right. So use this legally.
Right.
And then you're going to review it in that manner.
Right.
Okay. I wondered because you had disclaimer up there, and I was like, it's a disclaimer anytime you're here.
Right.
Everybody knows that. It's
right.
You shouldn't have to announce that.
Right.
All right. So.
Or warn everybody that.
Yeah, Joe is in the house. All right. So talking about that, and you've given a little bit of an idea. Give us the big picture. What does this actually do?
Okay. So if you're familiar with Netflix, which I know you are,
yep.
If you're not, if you log into the website, automatically just start all kinds of icons show up showing pictures of movies and television shows.
Right.
And all you have to do is click whatever you want and click play, and you can immediately start watching the movie or television show. Plex brings us to the ability of not so much expecting whatever Netflix would offer. This allows you to take your own library of movies, television shows, music, stuff like that. Take your own media and make it available in the same format.
So all those DVD movies that I liked and I bought because I knew I'd watch them again, now I can use this service so that I can watch them again without actually putting them in a DVD player.
Right. If the licensing allows you to do it,
okay.
You can. If it comes with a digital copy, you can take that digital copy and put it on your computer, and then instead of to have to put the disc in the computer, you can also watch it on your computer on the digital copy. Also, you can take Plex now and give it the ability to watch it on your iPad or your tablets or your phones.
Right. Okay. A lot of different things that can happen there that will make our digital life better.
Right. Or even with your music, if you have a large music library on your computer, you can distribute that to your iPad without actually having to download the music to your iPad.
And that's the word you used earlier, that I like, distribution. This allows you to use distribution in a better manner to be more effective with what you're doing with your library.
Right. Instead of having to constantly download music and transfer them between the devices, you can just click play. So it's kind of like your own home cloud server.
Okay. That explains a lot. How does it work for you? Like, I know you said you transferred over. Is it something that's easy to use? Is it complicated? What do you think?
It is literally plug and play.
Really? Okay.
You go to Plex's website, which I think is plex.org. We'll put a link in the bottom of the notes, so if I got that wrong, don't hold me to it. We'll put the link at the bottom.
Follow the link.
Yes,
there you
go.
Put
the link in the video description here. But you go to Plex's website and you download the first tool, which is called the Plex Server. Now, they also have the system requirements to run the software, which is very minimum. You can run it on pretty much any computer out there, any Windows or Linux distribution. You can download it, load it, and then once you have the software loaded on your computer, you tell it what folders to look for. Automatically by default, you want to go to your videos folder, your music folder, and it pulls all that information in. If you have the music and the videos in the file format and the labeling of the files the way they like it, what they do is they pull that file in, then automatically go online and download the album covers and
right.
the and
Link all the
descriptions.
information.
Yeah,
for
and
it.
we actually have a picture here
Oh, cool.
of what it looks like. So right here, there's Toy Story 3. We had a copy on our server.
Is this out of your personal collection?
Yes.
I knew it. I have the same movie.
Yeah. So we took this and we loaded it on our server, and immediately it goes online and pulls the movie poster and all the information on the movie.
Nice. So that you keep that tag with it as if you were looking at it. We'll say similar to Netflix that gives you the album cover and so forth. So
Right.
very nice. That's a great addition for the program. So, are there any devices it's not compatible with? Have you seen anything that makes you think that it wouldn't be compatible if someone says, "Well, I have a Android device or a tablet that's not an Apple or one of your mainstream Samsung or something"? What's out there?
Okay. Well, let's put it this way, Dave. I've not found a device that won't work with, and here's how broad that it works on your computers, like your Macs, Windows, Linux, anything that you have. If you have a web browser on it, you can access it. All you have to do is put in the address of your local server, and you can immediately start viewing. And all that is free. The Plex software for the server is free. Online capability of watching through your web browser is free. Now, to watch it on your Android, your iPhones, your Amazon Fire Sticks, your Roku boxes, anything like that, you have to download the app, which goes in one of two ways. You can purchase the app, which is roughly $5 per device, which isn't bad.
Yeah.
Or you can buy what they call Plex Pass, which you can download the apps for free on your device, and it also gives you some extra abilities that, like parental controls. If you have a couple of westerns or whatever that you don't want the kids watching, you can put parental controls on there and say, "Nah, you guys stay over here in this section.
Right.
Where I have the whole library." And there's some other features you can. They also give you the ability to add on and give access to a lot of other things.
Okay. So you can make like a children's section.
Right.
And start to do your own categories.
Right.
Nice. Okay. Is there any cons that you see, or pros, cons?
The pros.
That's all right. Do them both.
Yeah. The pros, easy to set up. Literally, you go to Plex's website, you download the Plex server or whatever machine you want to run it on. And like I said, there's not really much of a system requirement. I had just an old machine laying around. I threw it on there, and literally we let it run all the time. And we have our setup on a machine. It's so low resource, we forget that it's on it because you can't even hear it running.
Nice.
Right.
Okay.
And easy to use. You download the Plex app for any devices that you have, and what's nice is as soon as it turns on, it scans your entire network for the Plex server, and it automatically picks it up. Yes, there's no having to do this, head up here, look for your server. On the Plex app, it starts scanning, and as soon as it picks it up, it's ready to go.
Nice. That's a very good feature because if you're like me, I'm always unsure because it'll flick up the, "Do you want to go here?" Yes. Cancel. Is this a trick?
Yeah.
So it's nice that it automatically does that.
Right. And the only problems I've had with that is it's been device specific. Like my iPad has been rebooted for a while, so if I reboot it, fixes it. So it's nothing like there's nothing. Well, you have to do this, and you stand on one leg and jump around 3 times. It's pretty much cut and dry.
It's okay. Are there any cons?
Couple of cons, nothing major, no major deal breakers, but one big issue I've had is involving TV shows.
Okay.
I have several seasons of shows, and one issue that I have is some of the television shows have extras. And, like with your movies, a lot of those have extras as well. Plex handles the movie extras just fine. It throws them in there and adds it as part of the movie. You click the movie, and it shows you the main movie, and then at the bottom it shows you the extra features. TV shows, it can't handle that for some reason. So you have to create your own custom folder there and tell it to dump that over there, which is kind of a hassle. It's not a big deal, but it's more of a pest than anything.
Right. Okay. Is there anything else that you didn't like?
One other issue that I found with the TV seasons is if I go through the seasons and I just happen to click an episode, if it's not that first episode for whatever reason, it'll just play that episode and won't auto continue.
Don't roll into the next.
Right. Now, if I dump them over into a playlist, it'll do it just fine. Right. But if I just click one in like a mid-season of a show, it'll play that episode then stop.
So it doesn't have an auto feature like you might expect because of all the other auto features.
Right, but now if you start playing the whole season from the beginning, once that episode finishes, it'll do like a 15-second timer, and then I'm going to kick over to the next episode.
Okay, well, that's not too bad.
No, it's not bad, but it's just minor things that need fine-tuned, which I'm sure they will.
Yeah. As always, they'll continue to get better and work, especially if they're starting off with this good of a base.
Right.
Okay. So in Joe's world, thumbs up, thumbs down, 4 or 5 stars.
I got to give it I don't do this very often, but I got to give it 6 out of 5 stars.
Really?
Yes, because
I don't even know if you've ever done that.
Well, and here's the
I'm
selling.
impressed. If something gets 4.5 or 4 stars, I'm impressed.
Yeah, and I'm above the gauge here, and here's why. Cena even liked it so well. She's not asked a thing about how much I paid. How much it cost me to set this up.
Really? So that's your litmus test. If the producer back there starts to say time out, where's the money and how much and so forth. But if it's past that, then it's all good.
Exactly.
Okay, I understand.
And the thing of it is, the money in the main server itself, you don't have to spend thousands of dollars on the server. Right. $300 can get you a server. Where you're going to have the money in is if you have a lot of storage. That's where you're going to get your money into, is paying for storage for your server.
So that's the bulk. Okay. So if someone has questions and says, Joe, I have several devices as a family. We want to get into this deal. I need more information and make sure it's compatible. What would you do?
You give us a call or to office at 304-927-3588. Check out our website at amdigitaltechnologies.com, or be like Dave and like us on Facebook.
There you go. I like the Facebook. You throw out your daily specials every day, and you get all the up-to-date information, so it makes it really nice.
Right.
So as we know, A&M Digital Technologies is sponsoring and hosting all our events. We have the middle school program in here with us today, the middle school broadcasting class. I'll wave at all of them. And they're getting to watch this, so great thing you're doing for our community. So folks, remember that when you go to buy anything technologically oriented or accessory oriented, shop locally, support A&M Digital Technologies the same as they support our community and our youth and all our programs.
Let's throw out our special announcement about our new channel.
Yeah.
Patch takes care of all this stuff for us. Patch has a new live 24-hour live stream at ustream.com/channel/patch21. You'll see this show, all the other shows we produce, all local sporting and local events right now. We're in basketball season. I know you guys did your youth basketball tournament last weekend, which we're working in getting it ready to go.
A lot of forwards there. Yeah, last year we did the championship games, and you guys took care of that for us. This year we did all the weekend games.
Did the entire tournament.
And the Lady Raiders sectional games fell in line with it, so we recorded those as well. We got a Raiders boys basketball game in there. And I think that's about it, but it was a big chunk.
Yeah, there's a big chunking for one weekend.
You guys got a little bit of work out of you.
A little bit.
All right, well, thank you. That's this week's show, and as always, we'll have more news, more tests, and we'll find something to see that we can put in water, and we'll all be happy.
I'm working on it.
All right, if you have any questions, get a hold of Joe and Cena McDonald with A&M Digital Technologies. We'll be back next week. Joe, thank you.
Thank you.